Hello, it's me back again to talk to you about my stitching. Welcome to my channel. This is my channel called What's Under Your Needle, where we explore exactly that. I talk to you about what I'm stitching, whether it be wool applique, hand piecing, needle turn applique. I haven't done that one in a while. All things stitching, even some cross stitch, but I don't focus too much on the cross stitch for this video, mostly like quilty stuff. But the reason I have this channel is to create a community of people who like to do the same things that I like to do, and where I can become accountable for all the things and all the plans that I have and all the stuff swirling around in my head. When you put it digitally, it never goes away. So I'll always be reminded of what my promises were to myself. Anyway, blah, blah. How are you? I hope you had a great month of January stitching. I tried to rewatch my video before I started today, and I realized, oh yeah, I was supposed to do a video like 2 weeks after the other one. And it's only it's a month, but that's okay. I mean, I'm a planner, but I can change plans like, boom, anybody's business. I can rework the entire family schedule at the drop of a hat. But I do plan. I start off with something. Anyway, best laid plans. But I have a lot to talk to you about today. As you know, maybe from my other videos, I'm right here in my living room. This is a no frills video. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time editing. I'm not going to spend any time editing. Because, you know, it's about stitching, it's about sharing, and I'm not a videographer and whatever. So I'm just going to get right to it. I'm right in my living room. There's nobody scheduled to walk through the door. You never know if somebody's going to ring the doorbell, but we'll deal with that later. The dog never barks. She's a little dog. She doesn't like to bark. But I do have this stinking grandfather clock that chimes. So I wait for it to go past 12 o'clock, or I try to do the video before 12 o'clock because it plays a little song, then it does all the thing. And so we're good because my time is after 1 o'clock. And it is February 1st. It's Wednesday. And it's about to be getting very cold out here in Massachusetts. Although my friend in Ohio, I check her weather every day because, you know, I like to know what's going on. She's been having colder temperatures than we are here in Massachusetts, where she used to live. And even more snowy stuff. So, poor her. But here we are. So, the main thing is to give you my WIPGO update. So, Jessie Marie created WIPGO, mostly for cross stitch. It's taken on a whole world of its own. And so for my group, What's Under Your Needle on Facebook, please join. I started it for 2023. I want to get stuff done that I have. You know, here's the thing. I look for storage solutions and organization. It's like, just finish it and the box will be empty. It's simple. So I want to finish a lot of things this year. I'm just going to tell you right now, I thought I was being very reasonable when I did my WIPGO board, which I forgot to bring in front of me. It doesn't matter because I got a lot of it right up here. The stuff that's important this month, last month. That's all I need to focus on right now. I don't want to be overwhelmed by the whole project and all the goals that I want to meet. So I'm doing WIPGO. And so in January, every 28th of the month prior, I'll call 2 random numbers from 1 to 25. All the details about that are on my Facebook group, or you could visit Jessie Marie, what's her name? Jessie Marie Does Stuff on YouTube. And she has a really great video that explains it completely. But I don't go with the numbers she's drawing. I draw my own. That way I have, it's okay. She gives us permission. So my January numbers were, I got my list. Okay. My January numbers were 15 and 18. I've seen on the group, got some people finishing their stuff. Some people early, some people, maybe they didn't get to finish yet. A lot of people are too shy to post too, but don't be shy. We want to see what you're doing. So for January, I have a project that's all hand stitching, wool applique. I introduced all my projects for the year in an earlier video. You can go back and take a look. And so on number 15, I have 8 blocks to finish for the year. So I took 4 numbers and I put 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. Do the math, right? Don't you know? 18 has 2 blocks, 15 has 2 blocks. I had to do 4, in order to meet my goal, 4 hand-stitched wool applique blocks. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, you know, it's okay. But I want to show them to you because guess what? Check. Done. So I got my pile over here of stuff. Ready? Okay. In no specific order, we have a block. Done. Very cute. By the way, the pattern is, so you don't have to go back if you don't want to, is Dancing Chickens Flying Pigs by Hatched and Patched Designs. They are a design company in Australia. Here's another. Adorable. There's the chickens. I saw the pigs earlier. And this one. Cute, cute. As I was going along doing my stitching, you know, the creativity starts to flow. And I thought, I have buckets of buttons. And so why not put buttons on that cute little coat instead of tiny little wool circles? No, thank you. So, and it looks really nice. And then this was the last one I got finished. And it's a basket of flowers. I added a little stitching too to the centers because you know you have to make these things your own. I really didn't think I was going to make it. Honestly, I did get myself into a bit of a stitching funk because it's a lot, you know, it's a lot of one project and it's a lot of hand stitching. But I really, really wanted to meet my goals, so I did. But in the meantime, squirrel, distractions, because that's how I am. And I was also switching over my decor. Take a look at that quilt, by the way. That is a pattern called He Loves Me, pretty sure. It's a Sue Pellin design. When I had the shop, I was Sue Pellin certified store. And so this is a form of fusible rotary cut applique. Go visit SuePellinDesigns.com. But I love that. I love that one. So it's kind of your Valentine theme because it's hearts and love and all that stuff. But it's not your traditional, everything's pink and red. And I really like that about it. I could have sold bolts and bolts of that fabric many times over. People just loved it. So I was redoing my display, shall we say. And I wanted to put a little something Valentine. I stitched this cross stitch last year. I'm going to show it to you. Hey. The wording's backwards. Love makes me happy. That's what it says. So I watched all these floss tube ladies. They're very creative with their finishing. And one of them, of course, very, you know, they do these things. They have washers and magnets so you can kind of reuse, right? Just changing the designs. So I got this standing grapevine wreath at Michael's. And my plan was, oh, and then this circle in the back, this, it looks like shiplap. That was also at Michael's. These were not connected. So I asked the hubby, can you drill some holes? And then I put some wire and I do the thing and boom, it's it's all good to go. So now I have a surface to attach designs to. But my plan was to change it in and out all the time. And I started off, my first design was supposed to be a Rudolph, which is finished being stitched, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So I started off by doing the Valentine one. And so the wood will come off the back, and these little mini garlands, of course they sell those at Michael's. And I did put some lights in it. Let me turn them on. Oh, it's so cute. Love, love. So, and I got some little hearts down here from the Walmart. And it's really cute. So I wanted to show it to you because it's done. So that was a distraction because I had to put it all together. I had to go buy a little garland and look for all the things. Distraction number one. Then I have a buddy. We go on road trips. And sometimes we have more buddies coming with us. Sometimes it's just us. But we don't care. More the merrier. But we're hitting the road. And on our road trips, I shop. Because, I'm going in the store. I'm getting inspiration. Buy something. Just a few fat quarters. Spend $10, $20. Right? Keep these people going. Like, I owned a store, and I would sit there some days and talk and inspire and really enjoy people visiting. And it was kind of a letdown that although they seemed so happy, they didn't take anything home. A little disappointing. So I will always buy something. And I also like to buy stuff, so it's okay. So we were on a trip last, I don't know, it wasn't a year ago, but it was in 22 sometime. And we went here, there, and everywhere. And we went to Sew Inspired Quilt Shop in Simsbury, Connecticut. Beautiful store, lovely ladies, lots of beautiful samples, range of fabrics, any style you can think of. You like 30s, you like modern, you like batiks, you like reproduction, everything. When I'm telling you everything, I do mean it. They also are a handy quilter dealer. Handy quilter holds a special place in my heart, as you know, or maybe you don't. I used to work for Handy Quilter, the best machine on the market. Anyway, beautiful store, and they have a smattering of wool, which I love, smatterings, and a lot of the little wool kits they carry are from Granny's Legacy Patterns. I have to look at I don't want to mess it up. Granny's Legacy, and they are online, obviously, and that is in, I don't know. If I come across, I'll tell you. But you go Granny's Legacy Patterns.com, and I got this cute little kit. It's a little thing called Peter Cottontail. So distraction number 2, I said, oh, I should get this done for this spring because it's Eastery. Carrots for the bunny. But all this came in the kit. All the little beads and all the little ribbons and even the little stick. And all I had to do was add my threads and my stitching. So cute. I really like it. Came out nice. So that was a lovely distraction. And then I went back to my hand sewing applique, and I met my goals for WIPGO. Yay me. But I do want to let you know about Granny's Legacy Patterns. So as a quilt shop owner, a lot of the people I'm still in contact with and friends are people who used to come to my store. And they come to me and ask questions about wool. They want to learn about it. They want to know about it. And I don't have a teaching environment anymore. I am retired, sold my businesses, and helped my son raise his children. They live with us. There's 5. Plus, he can act like a kid sometimes, too. Very needy. But anyway, I wouldn't have it any other way. They're my life. And the hobby, too. So they come to me with, and they, and I want to be able to teach them and help them, but there's no facilities, there's no time, whatever it is. So, of course, I subscribe to any newsletter that is out there that has my interests. And Granny's, see, I told you I was going to say it wrong. Granny's Legacy Patterns is one of those. On the newsletter for them. And they periodically do these stitching, kind of a stitch along, I guess you would call it. Go check it out. The first one starts, you sign up now. The first one starts, I believe, March 1st. You can sign up to do the pattern. You can sign up for the pattern and the wool. Whatever access you choose, you're going to get to see all these videos and you're going to get all the instruction. Anyway, it's a lovely table runner, wool applique. Posted it on my Facebook group, and I know a few of my friends have enrolled, which is wonderful. And because I am an instructor at heart, always will be, and I like to be a helper bee. Plus, I don't like to be confused. So if there's a question that my friends might have, I want to know their approach to how they're teaching it, so I don't confuse them. Because in the end, there's lots of different ways to do things. Try them all. Pick the ones you like. That's always been the advice. So I did sign up. Excuse me. I didn't get the kit because I got buckets of wool. But I did get the pattern, obviously. That's how you enroll. And for $12, my goodness. And I've seen some of their previous projects, and they're really nice. And I think you're going to really learn enough to really get you going. More than enough, but not too much so that you're overwhelmed, because it's going to be new. So I am signed up for that. And you're never too old to learn something new. That's what I say. So that's on my list. Last video, I told a lie, but I wasn't lying at the time. So it's not a lie, right? Okay, I'll explain. Maria from pinwheels.com, the lady who took over the Sewcations. She also bought grab-and-go kits, die-cut wool felt kits. Yummy. They're delicious. They're lovely. They're wonderful. Anyway, she does the Sewcations now. She's doing a sew-along. It's called Hexie's Sal. Sal is sew along. And it's just that. You can sign up, and it's hexagons. And here's a couple of things that you need to know. I do believe you can still get in. I'm pretty sure. I didn't check. I probably should have. My bad. But last time we spoke, I said I wasn't going to participate and that it was okay to say no. But I can't. Okay, WIPGO fabrics are what's going to be included in the kit every month. And she's also going to be using English paper piecing product that I've never used. That looks really awesome. I want to try that out. And I want to be part of the group because, yay, I love doing stuff together with other people. I am the stay-at-home person, so there's a lot of alone time. So I looked for connections. I looked to broaden my community and who I share with and all the things. Okay, so I couldn't say no. I originally said it was okay to say no. It's also okay to change your mind. So January 25th was when projected start date. I did see an update that she's got the products coming in. She's getting all the kits ready to go. Can't wait. Can't wait for the mail because I love mail when it's got good stuff in it. And so I am going to participate and I'll be able to show you updates. I'm not going to pressure myself to keep up. Don't do that to yourself. If you can, yay. But I have 1,700 projects and I love them all and I want to do some of all of them, and so it might take a while and that's fine. In the meantime, I told you last time that I was getting my little stitchy pouch ready that I got from Maria, and I did finish it at Sewcation, and all the inside is done. So cute. I have a feeling my goal is going to be get the monthly thing, prep the hexies with the fabric, put them in here with the stitchy stuff, zip it. Look how small it is. You can take it anywhere. That's the plan. Wish me luck. I'll keep you updated. So that is Hexie Sew Along with pinwheels.com. I also started another little thing with my friend, my road trip friend. Her name is Gail. I said to her, because all stitchers speak the same language. I had so many plans. I wanted to do this and that and make this and that during the holidays. And yeah, that happens to a lot of us because we like to make things because they're personal. I know that's my reason. They're certainly not inexpensive. We know that because this is our hobby. We know that. But time gets away, always. And I said to her, you know, I think I'm going to start a Christmas club. She says, Christmas club? Tell me more. So I told her more. I said, on or about the 25th of every month, I'm going to stitch either Christmas theme or Christmas plan gifting or whatever. Or if you don't do Christmas, whatever it might be. The idea is do some stuff along the way. So my Christmas club for January is right over here. I had to look for it. Is, okay, first of all, let me tell you, I got this book on one of our road trips to Emma's Quilt Cupboard in Franklin, Massachusetts. I think they have shopping online. But this is from Buttermilk Basin. They're definitely online. And it is a book of ornaments for the winter holiday. There's not a lot of faith-based things, if that's, you know, something you don't want. But it's all those traditional antique snowman, all that look, the vintage look. And I thought I would love to make the ornaments in here, and I'll start some for my Christmas club. As you know, January was a lot of hand stitching, and yeah, I didn't get to do it. That's okay. It's okay. But I want to show you what I picked. And I'm going to start off with 3 ornaments because you can't choose. And you'll see why. Because, okay, they go together. Ginger man, ginger lady, ginger house. Gingerbread, I should say. So what I did was I picked my fabric. I think this is good gingerbread color. But I have this as a backup. I think it's just too red. I don't know. I think this one's good. And of course we need the cream color, some red plaid, and look at this beautiful piece of wool. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. So that's the Christmas club. I know I didn't meet my goal for January. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna catch up. That's fine. One of the other things I have in my bucket for my Christmas stitching, or my Christmas club stitching, is these little pillows. Another road trip. I got this from the Quilted Crow in Bolton, Massachusetts. I had to think about that. They're in Bolton, Massachusetts. If you're not in Massachusetts, make a road trip because there's lots of wonderful shops. And they do have an online store, a very good online store too. Like, meaning almost everything, I think. I would say a lot of everything, not almost everything, a lot of everything is online. So I did make one pillow last year. So adorable. So these are going to be little bowl filler pillows. So that's one, and there's many, as you can see, but I'm an organizer and a planner, right? So I did trace out all of the stitching for all the different ones. Okay, all the different pillows. I just made them go out of order. There you go, you go with that one. And I did start, let me move the thread out of the way. I did start this candy cane one. Little chain stitches to fill in. These are very easy, basic embroidery stitches, so I should be fine. So I started that one. Oops, it goes this way. Sorry, the ornaments are hanging from the candy cane. So that's in the bucket of Christmas Club projects, but I thought I would share that with you. And look, there is one finished and it's so cute. Okay, so that's Christmas Club stuff. What else is on my list? I've been telling you about my road trips, right? So we really enjoy them. You get to spend time in the car, you know, it's nice. And if you're in the area here, we had a store in Lincoln, Rhode Island called WIPGO. WIPGO something and trim. I can't remember, fabric and trim, I think it was. She retired. I'm always for the retirement people. Go for it, girls. Stay home and stitch some stuff. She did a lot of garment. It was a really unique store. I couldn't get to it much, but you know, we would take our trips. Well, some ladies took over, and they are, I think they're 3 sisters. They're 3 relatives, and I do believe they're sisters. And it's Blackstone Quilting Company. Look at this business card. It's adorable. I love different stuff, and it feels nice in your hand, and it's a very beautiful logo. I love the simplicity of the colors. So Blackstone Quilting Company, located in the WIPGO building, and they are in Lincoln, Rhode Island. They are a handy quilter dealer. They have long arm services, and you can take a class and you can rent their machines. One of my stitchy friends teaches there. I'll have to get more details and then I'll share them. I don't want to speak out of turn. I know she does, but I want to give you all the good details, all the accurate and current details. All right, I'm going to pick up the pace a little. I'm talking too much. So what'd you get? I'll tell you what I got. Beautiful. Benartex. I love when they group the colors together for me. I could do color. I could pick all the bolts. I can do all that. But I like this. I like it. I like to hold it while I'm shopping. I love it. And so there are 25 fat quarters. But this is for a very specific project that I have planned in my brain. And I hope to do this project next year. Maybe you'll join me. It is, I won't tell you what it is yet. I'm still working with the company that's, okay, so it's paperpieces.com. I'm doing some custom stuff, and it takes a while. And so paperpieces.com sell papers for English paper piecing. Check them out. So that's, and while I was there, first of all, ask me how many spools of thread I own. Yeah, don't. But look, how beautiful all the colors are. Right? I had to take it home. Got that. I got a new spritzer bottle. I always forget to pick one up, and I finally remembered to pick one up. What else did I get there? Oh, that was it. Oh, I did well. I didn't, I didn't overdo. I got a couple other things, little notion stuff, whatever. Then we went out to Emma's in Franklin, Emma's Quilt Cupboard, and I found this, these one-page patterns. You've seen them, but you see that bag? So, a stitchy friend of mine is in a guild, and they do some sewing that they sell at their quilt show. You know how you have the table of all the cute little handmade stuff that people make, and she wants to participate, and she was coming up with some ideas, and one of them was like shopping bags. reusable. And so, of course, that I saw that right away. Now, also, one of my sons in New Jersey asked me if I could make him some reusable shopping bags, because in New Jersey, FYI, if you didn't know, you're not allowed to have plastic grocery bags. They don't have them at the store, and they don't have paper ones either. If you don't know that, what do? You're like, well, where do I put it? And they're like, well, I'm sorry, we don't have any. They don't even have any. And then, of course, they have the rack of all the things that you can buy, which I get it. Whatever your position is, I don't care. The thing is, I found a pattern for her and for me to make for my son. And so I made one up in like, I don't even know, 45 minutes, because I had to read the directions. Next time, I could probably make it in 30 minutes or 20, because it's that simple. Because it's made like, it's the hot dog method. They call it the hot dog method. Like pillowcases. So you get a nice, beautiful finish at the top. You can make it, I think you can make it a little bit more reinforced. Of course, you can choose a more durable fabric, whatever. But the whole idea with this particular one, oh, and it did not have a boxed off bottom. I decided to box it off after I made it. But the whole thing is you fold it, you roll it. There's a little elastic like hair tie thing stitched into the, and you put it and throw it in your purse. I think they're going to do well for her guild. I was really psyched to find that. So I got that little pattern. And also when I was at Emma's, I'm always looking for stuff to help me with lighting for my stitching. And so I found this little portable LED lights, battery, you know, cute little thing. Throw that in the bag. So I have some lighting. Old eyes. So that was our road trip. We did stop at another store, and it was like a flash because we had to get home to the bus for my grandkids. Darn if I can remember the name. Shoot, I can't remember. We were there for a very quick. It was our second trip there before. We've been there before, and I got this 10-inch squares. They're gonna look good with fat quarters for that project I'm talking about. So I got that. Good stuff. When I was at Sewcation last month, January, the local quilt shop here, the Quilt and Cabbage, we call it Cabbage Patch, because she does not have an online store. You have to be a visitor here at Sturbridge, Massachusetts. They had a pre-cut sale, but look at these polka dots. They're all dots. Again, that other project. I've got you thinking, don't I? You're gonna like it. Okay, I think that's yeah. I wanted to show you what I have to do for next month's WIPGO. Well, this month, February. I have a project called If the Hat Fits. Hand-stitched wool applique. It's a block of the month from the Quilted Crow. I have some blocks done. I do not have the bottom border done. And I have 5 blocks to do. I have this listed on my WIPGO board twice. And both of those say stitch more blocks, and another one says stitch the rest of the blocks, assemble top. It's manageable. So I'm going to start off trying to do most of them, not all of them, because I'll have another number called again. So that's February WIPGO, number 1. I don't remember what number that one is. I think that one's 5. Yeah, it definitely is 5. And then 11 was the other number, right? 11. 11 is a tough one. This is going to be tough. It is a Judy Niemeyer paper piecing, a form of double wedding ring. Double wedding ring pattern is my absolute favorite quilt design. I don't know why, but it is. And so this is Art Deco double wedding ring, but it's a sawtooth, and all these little melons in here are the things that are paper pieced. So the thing that's going to make it a challenge for me is the placement of the color. I basically need to lay the quilt out and position the colors before I can assemble the quilt. And I don't have that kind of space, so that's going to be a challenge. But we do have Sewcation coming up 9, 10, 11 of February. I believe there's still openings. I know there is, actually. Yeah, there's still openings because I did see it on the website. But here's a little, I always do a sample block, right? So here's a little sample block of that. I did the colors mostly like the pattern because that's what I loved about it, was the types of modern colors. And so you can see there's not a lot of paper piecing, just those little bits. It's just going to be the layout, the color placement, and then the stitching. This is listed twice on the WIPGO board. It will be done. I was saying to my friend, I got to empty these buckets and get these quilt tops put together so I can move them to the other bucket of unquilted quilt tops. Just saying. That is how it is. That's reality. All right. Let me see. Gotta hurry up. Hurry up. I'm gonna get done. You got things to do. Okay, so in finishing, I want to tell you a story because I said I like to tell stories. At the last occasion and on the last video, I mentioned an English paper piecing project that I was doing to help a friend. I never thought of, it's a complicated pattern, and I never thought of doing it with English paper piecing till I was inspired by somebody online. Sorry for that. I know that sounds louder than usual when you're on a video. So it's called Jack's Chain. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Or sometimes it's called Cycles, or I don't know. But it looks like intercircled pattern. But here is a little sampling of that. And so it's going to use these big hexagons, triangles, and 9 patches. Now, FYI, the 9 patches, I made a mistake. The color is supposed to be in the corner here, not the white. So I was just working up a sample so I could, you know, see how it is. And like I said, maybe help my friend out. There's a tremendous, it's all, other than the 9 patches, it's all Y seams. They're not hard, but there's rules to them. You have to do them the right way, and it's not a fast stitch. And so I thought, well, this would be fun. She was expressed to me many times that she would like to sit on the couch and stitch something with her husband so he doesn't, you know, she doesn't want to always be in front of the sewing machine. A lot of us think like that. So I stitched that, and then I saw online a color wash version, and I like that a lot. Cave colors, whatever. I pick out this beautiful fabric, right? I'm so pumped. I'm psyched. I am at Sewcation, and I'm kind of, let's call it bubbly, okay? I talk about it a lot. I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. Oh, people say, what are you doing? Oh, come over, I'll show you. I'm making this. So I was very upbeat and very excited about it, and working really hard. And I got a bunch of hexagons. I got all the hexagons cut. I do a glue base because it's a very big hexagon. So thread basting it doesn't hold it as well. That's a whole different story. So I'm going to title this segment, Bad Things Happen to Good Quilters. I'm a good quilter. Not bragging. I'm just saying. I'm pretty good. People come to me for advice. Putting colors together. I ran the shop for 6 years. Taught quilting for lots more before that. Good with color. I get it. You know, the whole thing. And I was really shocked when I assembled my first block, because I always make a test block. The 9 patches are going to take forever. So I did a bunch, but I was definitely needing a break, and I did a sample. And I did it late Saturday. So it was late by the time I realized, and we put it up on the wall. And here is my, it doesn't work. The vision is not happening. It is not there. By the way, I cut every darn triangle out of my many, many fat quarters. That's going to be a quilt someday, I guess. All of these hexagons, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. I put it away, and it's all right. You put it away and go back to it later. But this just goes to show you I had a plan, and I thought the plan was going to come together, and it didn't. And I'm just going to move on from it. But I will go back to it when I figure out what I want to do. We tried everything. I had, quilters were helpers. So we all, and you step back and it's like nothing made my focus fabric work. Just thought I'd share that with you. Well, don't be afraid to try things, but sometimes you just have to walk away. Hey, doggy. She's having a dream. Abby. Abby. I had to wake her up so she can keep going. I just wanted to share that with you because it's kind of a healing thing for me. I can talk about it. It was really devastating. I felt lost, like I was so psyched. And the reason I was doing this project, by the way, is this was going to be my summer hand stitch project. I'm going to be spending the summer. Well, first of all, I take care of the kids. I don't sit behind a sewing machine all summer. I'm going to be in New Jersey for about 7 weeks. And it was my Take It With You Stitch It project. And it was kind of devastating to my plans, plus, like all the things that makes it really kind of a bummer. And so I was really bummed. And Saturday night, I packed everything up. I didn't leave because it was very late at night. And I don't want to go home. I'll stay overnight like we do and have fun. There was no drinking involved. There wasn't. So can't even say it was that. But it was disappointing, and it happens. So I'm putting it away and I'm letting it go and I'm moving on. But what that did do for me was I moved on to my next English paper piecing thing, which is another reason why I am participating with Pinwheels and Maria. Because I have more time. But also, it allows me time to work on my custom English paper piecing project that I'm going to be focusing on for 2024. Seems so far away because it is 11 months. But I just want to share that with you and just say, it's okay. Sometimes, as the saying goes, beep happens, even in quilting. That's about it. My plans, I already told you, work on my WIPGO. I'm still cross-stitching, got lots of plans in cross-stitching. I still didn't do that video for cross-stitch, but I will, because it's accountability for me. And it's also something to look back on for me. And I like to share, and if I take from the community, I must replace it. I must share. Or else, you can't do that. I mean, it's just not right. And I do enjoy it. So until next time, let me know what's under your needle. Join my Facebook group. Come back here for my next video. I really hope it's within 2 weeks, but we'll see what happens. Take care. I hope I covered everything. I think I did. Till next time, keep stitching.